We're at the NAB show 2018 in the Able booth with the Sony Venice.
What'd you think?
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
What's up, everybody? It's fall, so we need a little bit of a hot take to warm ourselves up. It's holiday season, so why not just get right into it? See this camera here? You might be thinking, well, that Burano looks a little funny. Well, it's not the Burano, obviously. This is the Venice 1, and it's been out for a while. And I've had my time with this camera, but it's always been in very cinema set focused environments. And as we get through 2025 and as I've bought and returned Buranos because I was unhappy with them, the Venice 1 I started looking into more without the raw recorder and the back. And I think I am here to tell you that a used Sony Venice 1 is the Burano that I wish I would have had from the start. And at the current pricing, it's like $10,000 cheaper than a Burano is currently. So I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna talk to you all about it, and also just show you why the Venice might be the best bargain camera in 2025 that will pretty much set you up for the next few years if you are a shooter. So with that, let's get right into it. We'll talk about why I think it's better than the Burano, and just if you forgot about the Venice, a little refresher course and show you some footage. So let's jump right into it now. Sony Venice. There's now a Venice 2. In previous videos, I've told you how I hate just naming the thing the next number up. But regardless of that, Sony Venice 1. This is still a great camera shooting great movies today. 6K, 16-bit RAW, internal if you have the RAW back. You get all your anamorphic. It's a 3x2 open gate with a really great sensor readout speed. And this thing just does everything that I wanted the Burano to do, or at least wished I would, being that it's a little brother of the Venice in some degree, so they say. Now, why would I say this is better than the Burano? Well, it still has an E-mount, so if you don't care, literally if you don't care about autofocus, if that's your main thing, this, you can still run all of your E-mount photo lenses, zooms, primes. You just have to run them manually. So you can control the aperture inside the camera. You can still focus as you would. You can use all your E-mount glass. I've got this SP3 on here right now, and it's great. The E-mount is still a great system, and if you do want to run PL just like the Burano, you can throw that big chunky freaking PL mount that weighs almost a pound back on here, or just run a lighter version of an E to PL mount that is less of a chunker if you're running lightweight lenses. Now, from here, the thing that I really like about the Venice 1 over the Burano is just how many damn ins and outs there are in this camera. And all of them can do different things. So if you really want to have your monitor outs and your SDI taps doing all different things in terms of LUTs and management and this and that and the other thing, you can. And it's not going to be a cloned version of itself. And to me, I use that feature a lot in other cameras, and it's one of the main reasons I don't like shooting on most Sony cameras just for my client base. And if I'm gonna have one camera, I kind of want it to do as many things as possible so I don't have to rent cameras more often. So that one is a huge one. Now let's say you could give a crap about internal RAW. Well, some people do care, some people don't care, but you can roll straight onto the old S/S cards and still get a super sampled 4K image from that 6K sensor in a variety of formats and shoot ProRes if you want to boot. It just has so much flexibility. Now, I thought when I got Burano, 8K is gonna be the thing, Raptor 2. I just still find most clients are totally happy with a 4K deliverable, 4K file, and even then, a lower version of the file size file. So to me, I see most of the stuff I do not even needing the RAW back and just being able to shoot 4K internal and get that super sampled, beautiful image that the Venice gives you. Still, you're gonna get both of those dual native ISOs at 500 and 2500, and they look phenomenal. The latitude out of this camera is still crazy good, and if you want to shoot 6K in full format, you can at high speed and not have to worry about, well, I want to shoot 60. Okay, I got to go down to this like super sampled 8K version instead of 8.6K that then the field of view is different and it changes in sharpness. Forget about all that. This is so much better. The internal ND, color shift, well, there isn't any. Even better still. The more that we use this camera in its stock format without a bunch of peripherals like you would typically think of the Venice one, the more I'm absolutely falling in love with it with just a V-mount on the back and a handle, and that's it. This camera is actually pretty power efficient. If you are running, say, a 98 watt hour V-mount on the back and you're not running a bunch of accessories, you can get probably close to almost, I think we tested it, it was about an hour and 40 minutes on 198 battery. That's pretty damn good. The Burano also is very power efficient as well, but when you're talking about a useful camera on set in a small form factor that's not so small, this does work very well. Now, you've got all of your data here. You can get to everything. Same thing, you've got a quick menu on the other side that I absolutely love. And there are lots of expansions and power taps, and this camera is very capable of doing the smallest of small things, single camera on a tripod shooting an interview, or the craziest big multi-department needs you could ever want on a massive set. Now, I think that is a very cool thing to think, especially when you strip this camera down, it roughly weighs the same as the Burano does. Maybe a touch more, but it's not absurdly heavy compared to once this thing is fully all the way rigged out, especially if you're running lightweight lenses on it. Now, and that brings me to the last major point that I want to make about why I like the Venice system over the Burano when you're talking about lightweight dock stuff or really anything else. I'm a soul shooter who believes the EVF is like the thing. I use it so often on my Mini LF, on the Mini. I always try to use it on the Red. And this EVF that comes with the Venice, and the Venice 2 for that matter, it really just is such a great piece of kit that the Burano, I don't know why they didn't make that camera just have a port even if you wanted to buy the EVF from the Venice to make it work. It's absolutely ridiculous that they didn't include that. The ability to control the camera, the quality of glass in here, having this have its own kind of, you can toggle log on and off for it only or do false color and not go out your other ports. It makes the user experience a really positive thing on set because you get to have your experience as a shooter doing all of your exposure checks and all of your stuff, but it doesn't interrupt the viewing experience of your clients and people looking in on the other end. And to me, I just think that is a very critical part that Sony dropped the ball on when it comes to Burano. And realistically, the whole overarching system here of Venice 1 still holds up insanely well today. You could shoot anything you want on this camera and it's still gonna look great, feel great, have all the latitude in the world that you could need, and I think that's just a super important thing. So we did some tests because we like doing tests, and we'll show you some of those tests, and right now we're just gonna do a little quick overexposure test to kind of just show you how well this plays against a couple other cameras. So there you have it. As you can see, not quite on par with the Mini LF in terms of highlight retention, but maybe slightly better in shadow retention. Also, it's gonna be quite a bit better than a Pixis 6K, which you'd expect, because this was a very expensive camera and the Pixis is not. But if you're looking at the Pixis 12K, which we didn't test here, I can tell you that these are very comparable cameras and images right out the gate. Now, Galen shot a short film on Pixis 12K and the Venice, and we're just gonna play you a quick clip from this. You try to tell us which you think is which.
Connor. Sister, you scared me. I must admit, I'm not used to such unexpected visits, especially from the convent.
I bring news with me, but it's not pleasant. It was important that I tell you in person.
I don't understand.
May I? Shall we go inside?
I'm sure what you came here to tell me could be said right here. Speak, sister.
It's about Father Smith. From what I hear, your son was very close with him. Some might even say too close. Did Connor ever speak with you about his time with him? Considering this was Father's third transfer.
Not another word. Please. I think you may be right. We should go inside.
Great. Could you tell? I don't think I could. I had to literally go in and pixel peep after Galen sent me this to even really kind of even have a starting place to make a guess. But after it's color graded, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It speaks worlds about the Pixis 12K, but also just shows you how capable this camera still is, even being a few years old.
Father Smith was a friend to all who needed him.
And what did he ask for in return?
Your perception of our priest is driven by the devil, by evil.
Now, we just want to do a quick test really quick and show you back-to-back 6K OCN versus 4K super sampled from that 6K in the 422 10-bit X AVC codec that has internal when you run on the S/S cards. Now, as you can see while you're looking at this, maybe there's some subtle differences. It may not even show after compression on YouTube here, but looking at them, I think there's a slight color difference coming out of XOCN, and there might be a little bit more latitude to bring back stuff on this very simple image. I think if you were doing extensive grading, maybe that's not the case. Now, sharpness, little sharper, noise, little different, but I feel like once you squish them down and make minor adjustments, you can make these match almost identically. And if you really wanted to have your, super sample footage look like the XOCN, I feel like that would be a very quick thing to do and resolve that would set you up to do this pretty much anytime you shoot in that format, and not really a big thing at all. Now from here, we shot a quick little scene here at our new home house location that is our studio as well, and we want to see how that looks in 3x2 open gate with anamorphic. So what you're going to see is just a quick scene here. It's a few minutes long. That is all shot on the Atlas Orions in full 6K 3x2 open gate. You be the judge on how this holds up.
Right here is the lemon water that you requested.
Tap or?
It's not tap.
So, you want to be an influencer? It's like not like easy, you know what I mean? You know, I do think the best thing that you can do is, you know how people like pray? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that, but you pray to the algorithm. You know, because the algorithm is God at the end of the day.
Well, I have questions, and I want to.
Okay.
Do influencers really get free meals at restaurant, or is that?
You know, yeah, if you're like good, like me, they should just really be, when the bill comes out, there should be no bill. Yeah.
So, how many takes does it usually take when you're at a restaurant? They're like setting the plates down and.
Like in a restaurant, you mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like 600 takes. I'll usually spend a few hours there, and I'll bring my boyfriend because he's, you know, not like the smartest person on the planet, but like he can hold a phone. They like you could just hold a phone, hold my heart. That's what I always say.
If I'm ever involved in a scandal, I feel like you know a lot about this. What is the best way to handle that?
Oh, a scandal. Okay. I mean, I'm very familiar with those. Right. You know, my favorite form of handling is like a notes app apology.
Okay. I think that's all I need to hear about that.
Okay.
I have one last question. That's yeah, okay. How hard is it being an influencer?
I would say it's probably like the hardest job out there. It's like I would say it's on par with like brain surgery.
Yeah.
Brain surgery, rocket scientist, influencer.
I think I got everything.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Enjoy the
Okay, thanks for hanging around on this like kind of long, in-depth video, but I just it's weird. I shoot so much on Raptor and so much on Mini LF. Venice is not something that's super popular in Seattle, so we found a smoking deal on this camera. Under 1,000 hours, full package, everything included, all the licenses, low hours, look brand new, for like $15,000. And I gotta tell you, pound for pound, this might be the best $15,000 we've spent on a camera here based on just everything this camera can do and what it is capable of start to finish, top to back. You know, it's basically the same price as a new Raptor XE. You be the judge if you like Sony or Red. The Red is definitely smaller, more compact, and shoots 8K, but in 2025, I would be hard pressed to find a cinema camera on the market that doesn't do as much as the Venice one for the price. And for me, I will take this 10 out of 10 over a Burano any day of the week. Once you kind of strip it down and shoot with it that way, I don't need autofocus, so I really don't care. And that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one. Remember, like and subscribe if you like what we're doing, and we'll see you on the next one.